Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Sue Finley and today I'm going to be decorating these cheap baubles from Target. There was 36 in a box and they are plastic and all of a white colour. So today I'm using alcohol inks to decorate these, and I've got a selection of alcohol inks from a variety of companies and I will list those products in the description below. So the first thing you want to do is clean these baubles. So as you can see, I've got 4 baubles and they're all slightly different. So I've got one that's white, one that's off-white and 2 that are covered in glitter. And what I'm going to do now is just give them a quick clean. Now be careful with the glitter ones. If you put too much alcohol on there, you will start removing the glitter. So just be careful. So just a quick spritz, just to remove any fingerprints before we begin adding the ink. Next, just add a touch of the isopropyl alcohol to a dish of some description. You only need a small amount. We're going to use this to dilute the alcohol around the baubles, so just have that to hand. Also have a paper towel handy so that you can take off any excess alcohol from your brush before moving on. So I just started out with just pouring the alcohol ink directly onto the bauble, and as you can see I'm just moving around the bauble in a horizontal fashion. Well, it's going to be horizontal when the bauble is hanging from the tree. And I'm just going to now just add a little touch of alcohol to start diluting the edges, and then these will blend out slightly and get a little bit lighter as it moves away from the center. So just work your way around, just adding a touch of alcohol. Now you may need to clean your brush several times to keep the brush fairly clean, and it's sometimes a good idea to have some more clean alcohol at the side just so that you can dip your brush in to give that a good clean. I also have some water to hand so that if my brush gets quite dirty I can give that a spruce and a clean. So as you can see I'm just moving out and just fading those edges out. So it's a little bit like watercolour painting, so instead of adding water we're adding alcohol to blend and move the ink outwards. So next we're going to add some of the silver to the centre, and this is going to push some of the blue outwards also, and I'm also adding a touch more blue to just blend ever so slightly with the silver. So this just helps with the movement a little bit, and again I'm just adding a touch of alcohol to help break that up a little bit. And then I'm just going to swirl it around slightly as well just to allow it to dry before hanging it up, because we don't want the ink to run down underneath the bauble. So once I've done this I'll just swirl it around in my fingers, blowing on it to dry it before I hang it up. And as you can see I'm just adding silver and more colours where I feel it needs a little bit more. So at this stage I felt that the bottom area was, the line was a little bit too harsh, so I've poured some extra isopropyl alcohol and I'm just blending those outer edges with just a tiny amount of alcohol just to give it a more watercolour effect and just to blend those out slightly and just give it a more finished look. And as you can see I'm not using a lot here, I'm just very gently dabbing the brush over the areas where it's got the colour, because it'll reactivate any ink that has started to dry, and then that will help it flow slightly outwards. So I'll just keep playing with this until I'm happy with the design. So next I'm going to play with one of the glitter baubles. Now the alcohol ink reacts differently on the glitter baubles. As you can see it starts to spread out through the glitter, so it doesn't react the same as it does on a smooth bauble. So I'm just leaving gaps between the alcohol ink because I'm going to use a touch of alcohol to help spread those colours slightly, and then not necessarily going to overlap. So as you can see I'm just creating stripes on the baubles. I'm not following any kind of pattern or anything here, I'm just doing what I feel needs to be done. And as you can see now, I'm just dipping the brush into the alcohol and then I'm just helping it spread across the glitter slightly. And it's still picking up a touch of the blue that I had previously on the brush, which I don't mind because it's when we start blending this blue, as you see, it starts to spread the blue also, so it doesn't look too out of place. If I was to use a different colour, then I would clean the brush thoroughly to make sure that I didn't have any traces from the previous colour blending into my new colours. So I just continue around, just blotting the edges of these colours just to help it spread into the white areas. Well, finally I thought that it just needed a little bit more silver, so I'm just adding a touch to the blue, just a small thin stripe around there to just help balance those colours and add a little bit of extra sparkle. So I hope you enjoyed this video and it's given you some ideas for creating your own baubles from plain plastic baubles that you can buy in your local stores. If so, please give it a thumbs up, or better still, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. I have plenty of other ideas to keep you inspired, so until next time, bye for now.